I'm here for you, YouTube. Alright. It's too far. Let's keep that a little closer. It's a whiskey. Alright, let's fire this computer up so we get some data while we're going. Bump, 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 bump. I think we're ready. We're going to find out here in a second. Who cares? Hello! Do you pronounce that hey? Hey? Evan, tonight is your night. Hello? Tonight is your night. Should be fun. Hey, hey. Now I feel like I'm in Moana. Let's see here. Alright, you are up and running, Oh, yep, we're up and running, I think. Alright. Hello, welcome to the Old Gods Meadery tonight. Very special night. We're going to be bottling Evan's Mead. Who's here in the comments? This is a blueberry mint mead. Or mint blueberry. I don't know. We're going to find out after we bottle it. I'm going to try it, and then I'm going to ship them a bottle of it when it's all done. Should be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. I love blueberry, anything. I'm trying to lower my expectations. I'm going to be honest. I'm really excited. I know I'm going to love it. I know I'm going to love it. I don't want to love it too much, though, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to lower my expectations. We'll see where it goes. But come join us. In 15 minutes or so, we're going to go, I'm going to rearrange the camera. We're going to bottle this mead, live. It's going to be a lot of fun. The whole process will take less than 10 minutes. So stay tuned. That way I can reclip that portion of the video. I will be reposting another video from last week tonight, though, right after this live. I have it queued and ready to go. I'm trying to get better at reposting these lives. So I'm trying to find a cadence of when people would want to watch it. So right after this one, I am going to repost last week. So it'll be a lot of fun. Hello, not first, Saber. Close, though. You're like 7th. That's like 6th closest to first, I mean. Hello, if you don't know what mead is, it is the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world, independently discovered by many different countries and cultures, and I'm going to tell you everything I know about it while we're bottling it. But I make a brand new batch of it every single Saturday. Every single Saturday, a brand new batch of mead comes out from me. Every single recipe I do is absolutely free. I have it in the description of the videos, and I've added it to my brand new newsletter that's been rotating for about a month. So join my newsletter club. I should come up with a better name for it, though. Up in my profile, you can sign up for my newsletter. All I need is your email, and I will ship it to you every single Wednesday for free. Every single Sunday. It'll go straight to your email. I gotta slow down a little bit. It'll be a lot of fun. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. It is Wednesday. Every Wednesday I go live to show you different steps of the mead making process. Live. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We get started. Tonight we're bottling mead. I do one of 3 steps every single Wednesday. Either starting mead in its primary, or transferring it or racking it in its secondary, or bottling it, which is what we're doing tonight. So stay tuned. In a few minutes we'll get started and we'll start bottling some mead. I'm pretty sure I have everything ready. So the whole cadence will go. I'll rearrange the camera. I will explain a little bit what I'm doing as I'm going. I will bottle 4 bottles of mead tonight. I will cork 3 of them. The 4th one I will leave open. That just reminded me that I forgot something. My other glass. I only have 1 glass with me, and it's full right now. So stay tuned. We're gonna have to solve that problem, though. We'll have to get my my fun glass over there, but we're gonna wait a second. I'm gonna try it live, and then for being awesome and just being awesome. That's the only reason. I'm gonna ship Evan a bottle of this. This is his suggestion, a blueberry mint mead. I'm very excited about it. It looks beautiful. It's right here, right off camera where you can't see it. So stay tuned. We will get started in about 12 minutes from now. Somewhere in between, I'm going to need 30 seconds to run off camera to get my glass. It'll probably be closer to 10 seconds, but give me 30 just in case. Hello, welcome to the Old God's Meadery. Every single Wednesday, I do one of those 3 steps. I'm live every single Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come back every single Wednesday. And then every single Saturday, a brand new batch of mead. Hello, hello. I got to catch up on some of the comments here. Some of them. Some of them I'm going to ignore. Let's be honest. It has been a fun night already. I can't wait. It's going to be a fun day. Or a fun evening. A fun day tomorrow. And a fun weekend. So I can't wait. Batch 145 comes out this Saturday. And it is inspired by the Norse god Thor. You're going to love it. I made a Thor mead. A mead inspired by Thor that I hope is worthy of his attention. We will see. I will show it to you this Saturday. So it is part of my Norse series. We've done a bunch of Norse gods already. This one is Thor, one of the more famous ones. So even before the Marvel movies, he was still one of the more famous ones. So stay tuned. I made a mead that I hope is worthy of Thor's attention, and it comes out this Saturday. I showed you exactly how I make it in the video that'll launch Saturday. The recipe will be free in the description, and I will put it in my newsletter that comes out this Sunday. So, hello, hello. Let me know where you're from. If you're just jumping in and I don't know you, I would love to know where you're from. Welcome to the Old God's Meadery. You made it, Dennis. I know. I'm sitting here talking, and I'm getting text messages from you simultaneously. Hello, hello. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight is Evan's Blueberry Mint Mead. It might be a mint blueberry, though. I don't know. We'll find out. Hello. I am going to need 30 seconds to grab a glass that I forgot. Just before we get started. Sometime in between now and then. Don't worry. Yeah, you and Scott. Yes. Hello, hello, hello. But it should be a lot of fun. Join us. If you don't know what mead is, oldest alcoholic beverage in the world, independently discovered by many different countries and cultures. The oldest evidence is actually from Africa that just came out this year. There's an article released from some archaeologists that found some evidence in ancient southern Africa region over 20,000 years old. 20,000 years. Hey, that was really cool. Thank you. Hello, Richard. Over 20,000 years old. It blows your mind, right? Before that, there's evidence in ancient China about 10,000 years ago. There's evidence in ancient Central America. And of course, Northern Europe, where the Vikings traded it, made it super famous, did it better than everybody else. That last part, that looks so natural. Thank you. The last part's subjective. Everything else is true. But what that means is regardless of who you are or where you're from, your ancestors drank mead. And I think that's your most awesome quality. Your most awesome attribute. Your most awesome competency, if you will. If you want to be as cool as your ancestors, give me a follow. I'll show you exactly how I make mead, and then you can run with it. Make it better than I do, and be the best at mead making ever in your lineage. So, give me a follow. I make a brand new batch every single Saturday. Hello, hello, hello. Long time no see. Hello. Where have you been? That's the question. 25 years old and never touched a drop ever of mead or of any alcohol. Because that is a lot of self-control. Busy with life and the child. I mean, the devotion, the priorities are correct. They're probably not as fun at all times, but they're worth it. Bourbon peach tea mead. That sounds fantastic. Did I even read that right? Bourbon peach tea? No, this is not. This is not mead. This is actually whiskey. This is bourbon itself. I like to have a little cocktail before we get started on these Wednesday lives. I'm a huge fan of bourbon outside of mead. But you will see me drink some mead in a little while because we're going to be trying this mint blueberry or blueberry mint mead, one of the two. Any. Oh, well, if you do that and you don't drink on top of it, that's even more self-control. I mean, Dennis makes a lot of amazing meads. If you don't follow Dennis, he is a mentor of mine, newer to mead making than me, but already doing circles around what I do, posting some really awesome videos. And I heard, I can't confirm, he did a couple of reviews now of a really handsome mead maker's mead. So you have to go over to his page and check it out. I heard that he reviews handsome mead maker's meads. That's what I heard. You'll have to go check it out for yourself, though. But he is on his road to 1,000 followers, so he can go live himself. So give him a follow. He's right there in the comments on the TikTok side. If you're on the YouTube side, he's also on YouTube. I'm sure he'll comment on YouTube now, too. Give Dennis a follow, though. Not only amazing mead maker, amazing buddy of mine. So. Hello, welcome to the Old God's Meter. We are about 5 minutes away. Give me 30 seconds. Entertain each other. 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Entertain each other. I wish I could hear the text. That would make this way more fun. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, I'm back. I switched glasses. I have a clean glass now to try some mead. That was the one part I forgot. And we switched over to the fancy glass for my whiskey. That's how you get sent to HR. It's true. No, this is not beer. This is actually closer to wine. Mead is made in almost identical fashion as wine, except we use honey for the fermentation process instead of grapes or other fruits. So the taste is quite a bit different. But every variety, the several you see in front of you and the many you see behind me, exists in between. I make a brand new batch of it every single Saturday. When I say a brand new batch, it's a brand new recipe. I have never replicated the same recipe. Every single one has been brand new and an experiment to me. Batch 145 comes out this Saturday. And you don't know what it is. I do, because I made it. I like to not give away Saturday batches. So I'll give hints. There's hints in some of my videos. There's hints in some of these lives. I will tell you, batch 145 is inspired by the Norse god Thor. And I am very excited about it. I hope it's worthy of his attention. But come back Saturday morning. I will post that video. The video will be a how-to video from beginning to end, how I made it. I've done nothing outside of what you saw in the video. So every single part of the mead touching, hey, thank you, you see in that video is all that I did. So you can replicate that the exact same method at home. And the recipe will be free in the description. On Sunday, I will send out my free newsletter via email. If you want that, sign up. It's in my link tree up top. All I need you to do is submit your email, and I will send you my free newsletter every single Sunday. It has a recap of what happened the previous week, including that recipe, and a little tease what's going to happen the following week. I also put my social media stats that I track in there just for full transparency. so you can see what my goals are, my struggles, my frustrations, and my wins. So sign up for my very free newsletter. Get the Mead read. I like that. I like that. That's good, Saber. I would love to ship a bottle to the UK. That'd be expensive, though. Shipping alcohol is also illegal here in the United States. I don't know if it's illegal there or not. So, you know, my couple friends that have had it, I've either hand delivered or I've shipped them snow globes. Yep. That's what the U.S. Post Office thinks they are. Because that's what they are. And then, you know, they end up with some of my mead that I hand delivered to them as a gift. Just the way it is. Is your surname Mead? I mean, I would like to assume so. I would like to assume so. There's a couple like big reasons like where the surnames come from. Like one of them is usually like an ancestry passed down, whether it's like the son of something, like Joseph's son or Mad's son, the son of somebody, or a profession, like a smith or a miller, something like that is usually passed down. So I would say Mead would probably be a surname implying that somebody in your lineage made it. I would guess that because I think that's fun. 1 minute warning. I hope you guys are ready. If you don't know what's going to happen, I'm going to rearrange the camera. I'm going to say thank you one last time, and then I'm going to start my catalog of commercials as I bottle this mead tonight. I'm going to try it live in just a few minutes after we bottle it. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is Blueberry Mint Mead. I will be talking to you like you're not there, though. I am going to be snipping that portion of the video out so I can repost it on the TikTok side tomorrow or sometime in the next few days. So I will say goodbye like you're not here. That's for the future you watching the replay. So stay where you are. I will rearrange the camera afterwards and we'll have another cocktail because I want to know what you thought about how the live went. And I also want to talk a little bit more detail about what the flavor is. So stay tuned. If you guys are ready, we're going to start rearranging the camera now. I'm not here. That's not good. Evan, this one's for you. Let's do it. Let's get it started. If you don't know, this is Evan's Mead for making an amazing suggestion of this actual flavor tonight. I will be shipping him a bottle hopefully next few days. I'm a little backlogged though, but you will get a bottle, don't worry. I am a man of my word. Is that straight enough, guys? It's upside down. Dennis, I swear to God, you guys drive me nuts. And you know you drive me nuts, and I tell you, and that's why you do it. It's still sideways. All right, good enough. You guys are just going to deal with it. If I'm upside down, you should stand on your head and watch the rest of it. All right. Here's Evan's Blueberry Mint Mead. Let's get it going. Skull, thank you so much for letting me be here, live crowd. Again, stay tuned afterwards. I'm going to rearrange the camera back to where it was so I can properly read your comments, and we'll talk for a little while longer while we have another cocktail. So, if you're ready, I'm ready. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery tonight. Got to be an awesome night. We are bottling this mint blueberry or blueberry mint mead. I'm going to decide what the actual final name is after I taste it. This is a blueberry mint mead suggested by my good buddy Evan. And it is the exact recipe if you want to write it down. I don't remember. It's 1 gallon water, 3 pounds of blueberries. I know that's consistent. I think it was a couple ounces of fresh mint. All in the primary, 2.5 grams of yeast. This one is D47 and 2 grams of yeast nutrient. It has, we racked it a few weeks after as the fermentation had completed. And then it's been resting here, clarifying, if you will. And it's secondary, this 1 gallon glass carboy, for about 4 months or so. We are going to release this airlock and get started. We're going to use a mini hand pump siphon to transfer mead. This is a little bit more controversial. A lot of mead makers use this. I remove the regulator at the end of mine because it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. And it makes it really difficult for one person to do, especially when you're not gravity feeding. If you watch any of my videos, you'll see me using the gravity feature of this when I'm racking meads. But when I bottle, I like to control the pace, so I'm going to hand pump it. There is some discussion about that causing some oxidation. I argue that when you have 1 gallon batches like this, there's just not enough oxidation for it to make a difference. So I've never had a problem with it. If you want to do it this way, I support it because I think it's faster and it's easier. If you want to do it the hard way, I support that too. You be you. If you're going to watch what I do, you either have to like it or argue with me. Either one, it's okay with me. You can see this amazing purplish tint. It's beautiful. It's crystal clear. I'll show you guys in a little bit more detail as we get a little bit further in there. But hand pumping this mead is incredibly easy. We are 1 bottle down out of 4. These 1 gallon batches will get you about 4.5 bottles. I will stop at 4 just for time purposes. If you don't know what mead is, it's the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world. It's far older than beer, far older than wine, independently discovered by many different countries and cultures. The oldest evidence is actually from Africa, the southern Africa region, about 20,000 years old. Some predict it as high as 40,000 years. There's an article that came out, I believe it was March 1st, or maybe May 1st this year, with some evidence of some ancient fermented honey. Before that, there's evidence in China, about 10,000 years old. Evidence in Central America, and of course Northern Europe, where the Vikings traded it, made it super famous, did it better than everybody else. But what that means is, regardless of who you are or where you're from, your ancestors drank mead. And that's something we have in common. I think that's really awesome. So you can make this stuff at home. Plus, you'd be the coolest person in your friend group. Who doesn't want to make their own alcohol at home? It's incredibly easy to do. I show you step by step how I do it every single Saturday. I come out with a brand new batch of mead and a how-to video on how I made it. They are always about 7 minutes or less long. You can see it from beginning to end, including the recipe I put in the description, so you can copy and paste it yourself, replicate everything that I do, or tweak it and make it your own. But there's no excuses. You need less than $50 worth of equipment, which is reusable over and over and over again. Your biggest expense in this hobby is honey going forward. And that's gotten a little expensive. If you can support your local hives, buy some honey at home or local honey. If you can't, I've seen some really great creators make mead out of Costco honey. So whatever fits your budget and whatever you have the most fun with. That's it, 4 bottles. We did it. I'm going to make sure the siphon stops so I don't pump a bunch of mead onto the floor. And we're good. Now we're going to cork these. This is a double lever corker, a double lever corker for those of you in the UK. This little cork goes in here. Very simplistic. And then we push it down with pressure here. You need manly forearms to do this part. If you don't have manly forearms, you can get a floor corker, which uses less torque. I think, you know, it's a little embarrassing if you use a floor corker. It means you don't have manly forearms, like I do, and all the coolest people I know. But that's okay. I still won't judge you. I won't judge you. You can be you with your little sissy floor corker. It's up to you. That bottle, I wish I would have had a floor corker. But it's done. Temporary corks, I buy those from Walmart. They're easy to get. We did it, guys. 4 bottles of mead. This is blueberry mint or mint blueberry. There's only one way to find out. Let's get our little clear wine glass here. I'm gonna pour you a glass. I'm gonna pull it a little bit closer to you so you can see it. This is it smells fantastic though. So out of the few senses that we can check tonight, it smells like blueberry. I am getting a hint of mint though. I'm thinking it's gonna be stronger blueberry than mint, which I think is what Evan wanted. So we might have done that, but it's not quite blueberry, right? You get the mint to kind of disturb it. It is crystal clear. Like it's a little dark purple, but you can see straight through it. It's crystal clear, which is awesome. That's exactly what we wanted. There's only one thing left to do. Let's try it. It's fantastic. It's actually a little drier than I expected. Really great sweet blueberry. You get the honey. I want to say the mint is there and it's strong, maybe a little too strong, but it's not mint like what you're thinking. It's not like flavor mint like you're eating a mint candy. It tastes like the leaf of mint. Does that make sense? Like if you took like fresh mint and you're like, so it's mint, but it's a little earthy. It's a little earthy. I don't know. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna ship a bottle of this to Evan so we can get a second opinion. I hope he can do a review video. If not, shoot me a good description and I will read it out loud of what you think of it. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. I am very biased. I love anything blueberry. Blueberry, just a very standard blueberry mead, is my favorite mead of all time. This one, up there. It's up there. It's up there. Top 10? Probably. Probably. If I were to replicate this, I would either use less fresh mint or I'd use some kind of like synthetic or like mint flavoring or mint extract maybe. Because it's earthy. It's an earthy mint. It's an earthy mint. It's hard to describe. It's an earthy mint. I hope Evan enjoys it. But again, thank you everybody for letting me be here tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure going live, bottling this mead with you. If you don't know, I make a brand new batch of mead every single Saturday. So come back every Saturday, and then every Wednesday, like tonight, I go live to show you different stuff of the mead making process live. So come back every Saturday, come back every Wednesday. I will be here. This coming Saturday is Thor's mead. I made a mead inspired by the Norse god Thor. I hope you love it. Not the Marvel character Thor, the Norse god Thor. So I hope you love it. Evan, I hope you love this bottle. I hope I hear from you soon with it. And then again, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Thank you so much for letting me be here. Adios. I'll see you next time. Thank you. All right, I'm going to just pull closer. I'm going to pull closer so I can read you guys. I like it. I like it. It's I hope I'm not like slaughtering the description. It tastes like a mint leaf, not like the mint flavor. It does taste like the mint flavor, but like the leaf form, not like a peppermint, right? I don't know. We need a second opinion. We need a second opinion. It smells even like now that I'm kind of tasting it, it kind of smells like the leaf form of mint, not like the chewing gum mint. Yeah. Thank you. I mean, it does look amazing. I'm in love with it. I'm in love with it. I think I have. Yeah. This is my I don't replicate recipes. I don't know if I mentioned that. Every single Saturday I come out with a brand new batch. I've never replicated a recipe, not one time. Every single one's an experiment to me. I have had a couple recipes that I've loved, that I've like evolved and adapted. Blueberry is my one of the great examples of that. This is my batch 66. This is my standard blueberry. It's just 1 gallon water, 3 pounds of frozen, defrosted, brought to room temperature blueberries. That part's really important. 2.5 grams of yeast and 2 grams of yeast nutrient. That's all that's in this, all in the primary. My favorite mead of all time. You see the color? This one's a little bit lighter. Almost exact same recipe, except this one has mint in it. I love it. I love it. We're gonna see what Evan thinks when he opens the bottle. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Like I said, if I were to tweak it a little bit, it'd be a little bit less of like that fresh mint or substitute another one. So store bought berries. This part I've done a lot of experimentation with this subject, and I've learned a lot. So when you go out to your local grocery store, not like farmers market, grocery store, and you go over to your produce section, that stuff actually is not necessarily fresh. It was sometimes covered in wax or chemicals to keep it fresher longer. It was picked, from a farm somewhere, addressed with whatever keeps it fresh for a long time, shipped on a truck or a train to the next truck, to a warehouse, to a truck, to the grocery store in a lot of cases. And there it sits for who knows how long until it's purchased and then used or consumed. If you buy frozen fruit from the grocery store, you go to your pie section in the frozen pie section, like the ice cream aisle, that stuff is actually fresher than your produce section. That stuff is usually picked and immediately flash frozen the same day without the added chemicals and other things. If you freeze any kind of berry, most fruits, but definitely any kind of berry, in fact, the only big exceptions are like apples. But any fruit, especially berries, the outer membranes actually break down when you defrost them. So it's very common in like the vegan world, or you're making smoothies, like power smoothies, and you use anything like strawberry or bananas or blueberries in this case. The outer membranes actually break down. It becomes a little bit more like slushy as it defrosts. That will ferment your meat a little bit better, create better color and better flavor. If you use frozen, defrosted, brought to room temperature berries and most other fruits. There is cases where you can go to a fresh like farm or a farmer's market, and if you squish that stuff out, you'll probably get a really similar or awesome result. But if you're like not near a farm or not near a farmer's market, or that's inconvenient or too expensive, buy frozen from your grocery store in your ice cream section. You missed it, but don't worry, I'll repost it. I'll repost it. I always do. I don't always do it. I am going to repost last week's right after this one, though. I have it queued and ready. And I'll do a better job going forward posting these lives afterwards. Yeah, a blueberry bush is awesome. Like if you have the stuff on site, use it. Use it. It's free. You can replenish it. I would still suggest like gathering it, put it in a container, freezing it. I'm a big fan of frozen fruits. A big fan. But yeah, it is an absolute amazing color. Look at that. It looks better in the bottle than it does the glass. I should have held the bottle up. That looks so amazing. I love it. This is so incredibly easy to do, guys. Of 5 ingredients, I made my own alcohol. I showed you exactly how to do it. You can do this yourself. You can be the coolest person in your friend circle. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna drink this whole bottle before it goes bad. Not necessarily tonight. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, your word is the final word, Evan. So, what you say goes. I mean, I'm excited. So, there's that. Can it go bad? So, yes. I mean, anything can go bad. I would say there's enough alcohol content in here that because it's sealed everything should be fine in it for a very long time. If you were to expose this to air, there's still enough alcohol in it that would fight off things like bacterias and molds, probably for a while at least. But like any alcohol, you don't want to leave it sitting out forever. There's enough. It's not like distilled alcohol either, which are really strong that you can like put in the freezer. The alcohol content is not that high, so I would be cautious. Once it's opened, I would refrigerate it probably after a day or two. Definitely keep it corked. Like this is my temporary corks that are really easy to purchase. But if it sits in this state, I have like all the meads you see behind me are from 2016. I don't open any of them. I'm never going to. They're my legacy meads that I'm gonna keep forever. But none of them have like discolored or aged or anything, or like nothing crappy has happened from at least a visual standpoint. Yes, this is the blueberry mead that we just bottled. Blueberry mint mead. Just bottled it tonight. Do I have a favorite honey? That's a great question. I've tried a lot of different honeys. I can tell you, the I started my social media with the objective of making mead in the most simplistic ways possible. I still hone in on that today, but because of that, I started making mead with incredibly consistent recipes that I just added other things onto. So my very basic recipe, my basic recipe is this show mead. It is 1 gallon water, 3 pounds of honey. This is Desert Creek honey from a company called Desert Creek out of Texas. 2.5 grams of yeast, and that's one of two yeasts I always use, either D47 or EC1118, and then 2.5 grams of yeast nutrient. Those 4 ingredients are in every single batch that I make. This one that we made tonight is that exact same recipe, but with 3 pounds of frozen, defrosted, and brought to room temperature blueberries, and a couple ounces of mint, fresh mint on top of that. So my answer is for 2 reasons. One, I like to keep a very consistent control of the variables honey. And secondly, I make a lot of mead, so I have to buy honey in bulk. So I buy from Desert Creek. I actually bought my a 1 gallon jug from them from Amazon many years ago and really loved it. So I started buying bigger barrels of it or buckets of it over time because you can buy it cheaper in bulk. And it's a super consistent mead. It's out of Texas, so the bees are year-round there, and it's very consistent. But you can use any honey. Like I said earlier, I've seen people make really awesome meads out of Costco honey. Like really awesome meads. A 5-year-old bottle of Crown. I mean, that's pretty cool. Crown has some good stuff. Some of it's gimmicky, some of it's good stuff. As 15. Oh. Poland sounds like a fun place for a lot of reasons. Mississippi. Good old USA. From Minnesota. Well, I mean, everybody's allowed to have wrong opinions, I think. America. Everybody's allowed to have wrong opinions. Hello, Charlie. No, I mean, I've never used that honey. It may be fantastic. I will say, like, as a disclaimer, there's mead makers out there. My good buddy Scott is one of them. If you don't follow Scott, he's another great channel to follow. Amazing mead maker and a mentor of mine. He can like look at a honey and tell you where it's from. That might be a little bit stretched, but he's like an expert in that stuff. However, my palate's not that delicate. It's not that delicate. I can taste a honey and go, yeah, it tastes like honey. And then I can taste a different honey and go, yeah, it's also honey. So there are different like pollen sources for the bees. That's usually what determines the type of honey. I use wildflower. So I use Desert Creek wildflower. They also sell like orange blossom and a bunch of other not flavors, but a bunch of other pollen sources from the bees, because that can change the taste of your honey theoretically. I'm not that delicate. I'm not that delicate. I buy a wildflower in bulk. It's the cheapest. Gardener bees. I mean, maybe I'll try it. Minnesota. I don't know anything else that's come out of Minnesota, but your head's spinning already? Seven months ago. All right. That's a good age on it. Minnesotas. Ice and snow. I know, like, yeah, there's some Viking culture that settled there. And they've exploited it like crazy. Outside of that, I don't know. With with 0.5 vodka. I don't know what that means. But I envy you for saying cool stuff. Sweeter wagons? I don't even know what that is. It sounds like I need to know though. I mean, if you can get local honey, like somebody that likes harvesting honey, that's the best way to do it. You should always support your local bees if you can. Bees are incredibly important, obviously, to lots of other things outside of mead making. Like keeping the planet alive. Pretty important. If you want to make your own mead, you're in the right spot. You're in the right spot, Charlie. There's lots of amazing mead makers here in the chat already. Join the Discord. My good buddy Scott that I already mentioned made an amazing Discord. There's a link up in my profile, up in my link tree. It's a safe place to go for every skill level of mead maker. There's experts there. There's day one mead makers there. You can go and ask questions, see behind the scene pictures. He's keeping a yeast chart that is incredibly helpful if you're experimenting or just starting with yeasts. There's a recipe channel. My favorite, there is a channel for commercial meaderies that we've heard about from all over the United States. So if you know any great, awesome meaderies that are local to you, send me a direct message, and I'll make sure that Scott can get it added to the list. But you can go there. You can go just shop in that commercial channel that he built. You can go straight to those meaderies' websites and order it and get it shipped straight to your house. He only adds ones that ship, though. Just as a disclaimer, if you have a meadery close to your house that does not ship, it's not helpful to the community. So he only adds ones that ship to most of the United States. I also agree. It's definitely the best drink ever. Maybe second to bourbon. But I don't know how to distill things. I only know how to ferment them. So... Rebel something. It can't be that good if you can't remember the name. I have two local ones that I talk about a lot. One of them is a place called Linganore Wine Cellars. They actually are a winery. They make a lot of wines. They have a vineyard, and they are hyper like famous locally. They also make one mead. They used to call it Medieval Mead. They supply the Maryland Renaissance Festival with their mead every single year. They have since changed their bottling to get a little bit more fancy, their labeling. So now it's just called Mead. But if you go to LingenoreWineCellars.com, you can purchase the meads there. There's also a link to that in the Discord. My second closest is called Charm City. They're out of Baltimore, Maryland. A great group of guys. I met them many years ago. They make some little bit more extreme meads. A lot of it is kind of spiced flavors or hop flavors, IPA style meads. But really cool group of guys, and all of them are beautiful. Their elderberry is probably one of my favorites, so check them out. I have a blueberry wine review queued. It is literally done. I just have to post it. I'll probably do that tomorrow. It's tomorrow, probably. I also have a raspberry that I need to review. But it's like you're psychic or something. I have a blueberry one. It's literally queued on TikTok. And it is I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, it's a blueberry wine from Linganore. Really late to the party. I said it last week. Well, you could have just ran with that psychic thing, because I don't remember last week. I like mead a little bit. I'm really passionate about it. York is in like England, or York is in like Pennsylvania? Because if it's in like UK, it's gonna take me a minute to get there. York, Pennsylvania? I'll see you tomorrow. It is an addicting hobby. You're also in Pennsylvania, Charlie? Like I feel like there's such a huge portion of the mead community in Pennsylvania. Like a huge portion of it. We need to get like a mead meet together, like an off-season mead meet, like this winter. I told Dennis, like, we got to do a mead meet. We'll all find like a place halfway in between all of us ish, where there's cheap hotels or something. We'll spend the weekend together. We got to do it. We got to do it. Reading, Pennsylvania. I'm not sure where that is, like on the map. But I'm in Maryland. Like, it's not that far. Maryland is this big. It's the next railroad. If I have to get on a biplane and then a wagon to get to you, I will. Because I'm stereotyping, but I'm figuring that's what a lot of Pennsylvania is. I don't know. If you got meaderies around there, maybe that's. Do you have cheap hotels? That's the next question. And will you invite all of us so we can have hotel parties? Reading Railroad. I get it. By the hour. I mean, if it's by the hour, it depends if my wife's watching or not. If it's by the hour. Though you usually walk away from those kind of hotels. First of all, they're motels, not hotels. They're usually motels, and you usually walk away itchy, a little itchy. That's what I heard. I don't know. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what Dennis told me. Ah. Dennis just reviewed. I have to comment on this. This was on my agenda. Dennis just reviewed my s'mores mead. I sent him a bottle of the s'mores mead, and he did an awesome review video. Go check it out. Afterwards, though, like the day after, he texts me and he goes, "You know what? I warmed it up like hot chocolate." And Dennis, I want you to tell us about that experience, because I didn't even fathom to think of something like that. Free amusement park. We're gonna have to get that. Like, you guys need to like send me a direct message. Let's correlate something. Let's get something together. I'm itching for like a weekend away. We can have like a mead. I'll bring a bunch of mead. I'll bring the mead. You can drink all of it. Hello, hello. If you're just joining us, we're talking about going to Pennsylvania and having a mead meet. We just bottled this blueberry mint mead. We're going to stick with that name. Good evening. Mr. Tulip / Rogue. Good evening. You missed it. We bottled this blueberry mint mead from Evan. Fantastic. Now, see, now I need to know all about this park. Charlie, you have to send me a direct message. I need to know all about this. It's fantastic. So my description, I love it. I love everything blueberry, so I know I'm a little biased. Fantastic. If I were to replicate this, though, I would think I would use a little bit less fresh mint or some kind of mint extract. The mint flavor is great, but it's earthy, so it's like it tastes like the mint leaf, not necessarily the mint flavor. The mint flavor's there, but you can also, like, if you were to squirt like mint extract in your mouth, a completely different flavor from sticking a mint leaf in your mouth. It's the mint leaf taste that's in this. So I'm not sad with it. Not sad. But I think I would substitute an extract or less earthy, like less leaves, less quantity next time. Oh, what are you guys talking about? I missed a couple because I was talking. It's in the middle of the woods. It's small. It's got coasters and it's free to get in. How? Where do they make their money? Where do they make their money? I feel like this is a kidnapping scenario now. Just come to the middle of the woods. Trust me, there's candy. That's kind of what that felt like. It's run by ghosts. So, like, I don't know. I mean, I love playing with like extracts. I don't do it as often as I want to because I feel like it's a little gimmicky and it's a little cheating. And then the extracts I use are usually pretty off the wall, like the cheesecake or marshmallow extracts I've used. And I have a couple in the pipeline. Mint seems like a cop-out to me, so I'd rather perfect it with the earthy kind as opposed to using extract. But I don't know. I don't know. It's better than most meats. Is it top 10? I feel like it's there. I feel like it's there. It's really close. It's really close. I love blueberry though, so I'm trying to keep that in mind. I'm trying to keep in mind I'm biased. So I wish I could say yes, Evan. Not really. It's not like a cooling. It's like the flavor. Like if you were to stick a mint leaf in your mouth. It's the best way I could describe it. I don't know. Hopefully, this is also freshly. You saw it live, bottled. So maybe in the next week or so, as I get it to you, it will age a little bit. Um, Maybe settle a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see what you think. We'll see what you think. I'm very anxious to see what you think. Yeah. So one thing about the ABV, I don't know. I don't know. This is something very controversial about my personal channel. Um, I don't check the gravities ever. So there's a method where you can use a hydrometer to check it. I do it occasionally behind the scenes just to kind of test where the yeast is landing. But I use one of two yeasts all the time. I know where the ranges are. I can tell you this one is somewhere around 13%. Um, it could probably be as low as 9 or 10. It could probably be as high as 15. But I did not check the gravities on it. It's a process that I skip for two major reasons. One, my main objective here is to show the simplicity of me making these Wednesday lives. I show one of three steps, and I try to crunch it in under 10 minutes. That way I can repost the video for a watchable amount of time. But secondly, I also don't enjoy the process. I don't enjoy using the hydrometer. I find it frustrating. I find it just stressful. I make a lot of mead. If I were to make bigger batches, like 10-gallon batches, and I'm replicating that mead, I would definitely want to use my hydrometer to know what it is. I make 1-gallon batches, and I never replicate recipes. Every single one is brand new, including these Wednesday ones. You'll never see a mint mead on my Saturday videos. You'll never see any of my Saturday recipes on a Wednesday night. I never replicate recipes at all, at all. So, it's not that I don't like science. I got it. I got it, Dennis. We're gonna look into this. We're gonna look into this. How far away is that from you? As long as I don't get kidnapped. As long as I don't get kidnapped, I would like to talk about this further. The haunted house. See, now this is leaning towards kidnap at this point, Charlie. It's leading towards kidnapped. Yeah. Saber agrees. Come to my free amusement park in the woods. There's a haunted house. Doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good. I'll tell you what, if Dennis goes out a day before me and texts me, I'll meet you guys there. If not, let's go to a hotel in a city somewhere. Where there's witnesses. It does sound like a Scooby-Doo episode. Oh dear. Oh dear. All right, that's it. That's the end of that glass. I gotta finish my bourbon from earlier, and then I gotta clean up. I don't care about tonight. I don't have to get up early tomorrow, so I'm good for a while. Meat does taste better by the fire. Absolutely right. I agree with that one. And does that say Boobyville? Because Richard, I'm on my way. It's gonna be Charlie Tyson Dennis's phone. I don't. Hey, you guys seen the Blair Witch? If I go there and I see Dennis like standing in the corner like this, I just want to know. First of all, tell my kids I love them. but I love you guys too. That's going to be my final message. If there's like Blair Witch stuff there, I mean, that is awesome, Evan. That is awesome. You should wear it this Saturday too when I show you my Thor Mead. Dollywood. Oh, booby. I'm putting the pieces together. Put the pieces together. Oh, goodness gracious. So sidetracked. We've been sidetracked before. I get sidetracked pretty easily. The most sidetracked we've ever been is tonight. I just wanted to get like a Mead meet somewhere. So we are, in all seriousness, we are planning a Mead meet in September 2025. Probably Maryland Renaissance Festival area. Probably September. We still got to nail down some dates. Scott and I both committed to figuring that out before the end of this year. So within the next few weeks, we should have some actual dates. But I went up to Michigan this past fall, well, end of summer. Went to the Michigan's Renaissance Festival for our first Mead meet. I took a bunch of mead up there. Scott and I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of great people. But we want to do it every year. We want to make it an annual thing. So this year we're going to do Maryland Renaissance Festival. So our goal is to find like a campground or so near the Maryland Renaissance Festival where we could all like kind of meet. If you can travel here or you're close by, please do. I'll probably find some like hotels and stuff that are close to that I can kind of just tell you about. But if we get like a campsite, we can all just sit around a campfire and drink a bunch of meads. I will be bringing tons of meads, tons. I've already actually started storing some for that for September next year. So stay tuned. With the next few weeks, we'll be kind of like getting that nailed down details. Get your Renaissance Festival costumes, your outfits ready. It's going to be a blast. I've already met some really cool people from the Maryland area that will be there. So Scott is supposed to be bringing the pizza meat to that. He refuses to do a review on it. If you don't know, pizza meat is second worst meat I've ever made. I did take him a bottle physically. I put it in his hands. He has it. He has the bottle. I asked him to do a review on it. He's skeptical. He's nervous. He wants to save it to do a multi-video of it the next time we all meet. So stay tuned. Yep. Old Bay took it. I've been putting a lot of thought into it. Some of it is, there's two reasons. One of them is the pizza meat is so far in my memory now. I want to vomit when I think about it, but I don't remember it quite enough to vomit. Secondly, the Old Bay meat is fresh in my memory. I don't even like talking about it. It makes my stomach hurt. I can tell you, Scotty B, who's suggested that Old Bay mead, which I still have a couple bottles of, is local. I know him personally. He was my friend before I started this channel. I'm pretty sure I can get him to come to the Mead meet in Maryland next year, and we can watch him drink it for revenge, for suggesting it. So. How long can you keep mead? So there's a little bit of science behind that, and I'll explain kind of what I know. I'll also give you my opinion after that. So white wine and red wine are actually completely different. If you take red wine, it's largely accepted that you can age red wine without any issues. You can put it on the shelf for 100 years, open the bottle, and it's going to be aged red wine. If you do white wine, there's a lot of variables in there that control whether it can age or not. They actually call it fragile. It's called fragile wine. White wine just scientifically does not age the same way red wine does. So where does mead fall in there? Because it's honey and not grape based. It's subjective, is what I'll say. I make so many different batches with so many other additives in it. I would say it largely depends on what you put into it. Honey itself is ageless. Like, you can't have bad honey. Honey just like crystallizes after a really long period of time. You guys have seen me make mead out of 30-year-old honey. It's the only recipe I've ever done that you cannot easily replicate. And it was great-ish. So I would say that once a bottle is sealed, there should be enough alcohol in your mead that it will keep anything from contaminating if everything was sanitized properly to begin with. Your bottle should last a long time. The bottles behind me are from 2016. They show zero sign of anything going wrong with them. I have not opened them. I don't plan on opening them. But if you were going to look at it, they don't show any visible signs of anything going wrong. So I would guess many years. Many years. I still have one jar of my 30-year-old honey left. I used 3 pounds. Pinker sent me 4 pounds, so I have one bottle left, or one jar left of it. Mead from 1994. I mean, honey from 1994. So I made a mead out of it. It's the only recipe I've ever done that you cannot easily replicate. I'll show it to you. I got it right here. I keep it relatively close. It's black, right? So this is honey. He actually found them in a cupboard of like a abandoned house or family house or something. I don't remember the exact story. But he found a bunch of jars of this, and he's like, hey, if I ship you some of this stuff, it's going to be expensive. I want a bottle back. So I shipped him a bottle of it when it was all done. But this is 30-year-old honey. And because I use a lot of honey, obviously, in what I do, there have been times where my bucket has gotten pretty low, and there's been a couple weeks in between me starting batches. It will crystallize if it gets a little cooler. All you have to do is warm it up. You don't add anything to it. All you have to do, like I put the bucket, the physical bucket, near like a floor heater, and it liquefied within a few hours. Mead making. You missed the mead bottling already. I mean, wine is fantastic too. I love wine. I have queued a video of a blueberry wine that I did a review on. I'll post it probably tomorrow. Strawberry hibiscus. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be one of the most beautiful meads of all time. It is. I can tell you right now. I can tell you beforehand, one of the most beautiful meads of all time. Oh, a pecan pie mead. Not a bad idea. Mm-mm. Alright guys, it's getting close to 10 o'clock. I'm going to start wrapping stuff up. I got a little bit of cleanup to do. I'm going to need some of these, some of this equipment tomorrow to make some behind the scene videos to get ready for the future. Just an FYI, I make a brand new meat every single Saturday. I want to run down some secret stuff because some of my favorite people are here in the comments. So I want to give you guys a heads up. This is very exciting. This is very exciting, so I hope I have your attention. I have chosen some new categories that should launch in April next year. Should launch as in I've already started some of the stuff behind the scenes. So right now I make mead in one of three categories. The fourth category I retired already. It's the 13 Colonies mead. I ran with that for as long as I could. I think I did 9 out of the original 13 original United States. And not only was I not having a lot of fun with it, people they weren't liking it. It's that simple. So I already archived that stuff. But right now I am making meads in one of three categories. My pop culture meads, which I've had a ton of fun with. Those are coming from suggestions from books, movies, TV shows, anything, video games, anything that's inspired you pop culture. I make meads out of it. My most recent one that comes to mind that I really loved, was Dennis's Thundercats mead. Did a Space Rations and Burble Fruit mead. Go back and watch that video. It was a lot of fun. But I've got several more in the pipeline, so stay tuned. Lots of great pop culture meads coming your way. I also do holiday meads. Last week was my Thanksgiving mead. I did this. I don't have it close to me. Shoot. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It was just on the other side. This is my cranberry mead I made for Thanksgiving. That came out last Saturday. I've made a bunch of holiday meads. I started that with my January 1st, my New Year's mead. But I went into lots of other ones. I did Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Labor Day, Leif Erikson Day, July 4th. I did, I think, an equinox, a summer equinox. I did a Halloween, and I did Thanksgiving. I have some really awesome meads in the pipeline for that too. The most upcoming, I should say, this coming Saturday's Thor, and then I have 3 weeks in a row holiday meads. I'm going to show you my Yule mead, my Christmas mead, and my New Year's mead for this year, back to back to back. So, and then my third category is my Norse gods and goddesses. I'm trying to replicate my legacy meads that I have behind me with some really awesome new recipes. This coming Saturday falls in that category. That's my Thor mead. This is where things get spicy. I hope you're paying attention, because I'm not broadcasting this. This is only going to be on lives. You'll never see this in one of my videos until it gets much closer where I start advertising it. So you're the first to know. In April, I'm retiring everything except for the holiday meads. I'm going to continue the holiday meads for the near future. The other categories are getting retired. Norse is going bye-bye. Pop culture is going bye-bye. I'm going to start some really exciting ones. And these were semi-suggested by you guys, putting pieces together. I'm going to do Zodiac meads. So 1 per month based on Zodiac signs. It's got to be a lot of fun. I have some really cool ones planned, so I hope it goes well. It's going to run just like the 13 Colonies. So if I go further into it and nobody likes it, I'm going to stop it wherever it is. If people love it, I'm going to go through all of the Zodiac signs. So that'll take 1 year to cycle through. So stay tuned. I'm going to start in April. So I'm not starting in January. I'm starting in April. I'm also going to do a world's deities meads. Inspired by gods from many different cultures and religions. I'm going to do a mead very similar to the Norse gods that I'm doing now, but deities from all over the world, influenced by many different religions. So stay tuned. I also have some really amazing ones planned for that. I can't wait to show you. And then lastly, and the one I'm really excited about, I'm going to start pushing some limits. We've had a lot of fun with the pizza mead. We've had a lot of fun with the Old Bay mead. So the last category I'm going to kick off, will it mead? I'm going to do a category of will it mead? Can we make mead out of this ingredient? Is going to be the theme, and it should be a lot of fun. Is there a Jesus? I don't know. You have to wait and see. He did turn water into wine. So, So yeah, stay tuned. I've got lots of amazing meads in the pipeline. I have never missed a Saturday. Every single Saturday, come out with a brand new batch of mead. I am literally, I actually texted Dennis this the other day. I am literally planned out through January 2026 right now. I have all of my meads planned out, written down, ready. Many of them are already in progress, leading up to April-ish. I won't spoil anything. But I have started those new categories behind the scenes. I'm very excited to launch them. I want you guys to know, because I know you guys are always here, and you're so graceful. I'm very grateful that you're so graceful. You allow me to show what I'm very passionate about and what I love to do with you. And you guys inspire me every single Wednesday at least. I always see your likes. I always see your comments. And I really appreciate you guys. So I wanted you guys to get a heads up. Somebody tell Scott, because he's not here. But you guys are the inner circle, and I appreciate you. And Tall Trey. Somebody tell Tall Trey too. New categories coming in April. I'm very excited about it. I'll talk a lot about it as it gets much, much closer. I'll probably mention it on some lives, because I know that, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got to tell somebody? I'll deny it. I'll deny it. But yeah, awesome new categories coming very soon. That I'm very excited about. So, but don't get me wrong, I've got lots of great Norse gods still coming, gods and goddesses. I have lots of awesome holidays, and I have lots and lots of pop culture meads still coming your way. Some really fun ones that I'm very excited about. There's one in particular. That person's not here tonight. There's one in particular that I messed up really bad. And I can't wait to show you. I'll let you know when I start recording those videos, though, which one that is. It didn't turn out anything like I planned, but I'm going to run with it. I'm going to run with it. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. But yeah, stay tuned. You're not the outer inner circle. You're the inner circle. Say we're here every single Wednesday. So yeah. Rogue is usually here. Sometimes he's here in an alias, though. He's also the inner circle. And Dennis is a huge Mead influencer of mine, so thank you. Thank you guys, and many, many more. I really appreciate you letting me share what I love. I'm having tons of fun with this, and I'm learning so much. So hopefully you're at least entertained. If not, hopefully you're replicating some meads or making some awesome, more awesomer meads than I do. But yeah, Evan, this bottle will be on its way to you hopefully in the next few days. But I'll keep you updated. I'll make sure you get some tracking and stuff on it. Everybody else, thank you so much for letting me be here. I can't wait to show you what's next. Like I said, this Sunday is my newsletter. I have too many things going on. This Saturday is my Thor's Mead. This Sunday is my newsletter. It will have the Thor's Mead recipe in it. And some little teasers going on next week. So stay tuned. I think that's it. Thank you so much for letting me be here. I can't wait to show you what's next. I will see you guys all real soon. Thank you so much. Skull. I love you guys. Good night for now.